What's up guys, welcome back to the fish room. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I use baby brine shrimp to feed hundreds of fish in my fish room and how you guys can hatch your own and do the same. So baby brine shrimp are very tiny crustaceans that live in salt water. They hatch from eggs called cysts and are actually a very popular live food in the hobby. Now, there are many reasons for this being. They're very high in protein and nutrients, which is gonna just help your fry grow a lot faster and healthier. And the brine shrimp movement triggers a feeding response in fish, which is great for fry or picky eaters like discus or apistogrammas, maybe some morans. You got a lot of wild caught stuff that might be picky and won't get on flakes. Baby brine shrimp is the best way to introduce them into your tank. And also they're actually pretty cheap and easy to hatch at home. So enough talking, let's get to how you guys can hatch your own baby brine shrimp. So first you're gonna need a container or something to hatch your brine shrimp in. I'm using the Zis Artemia hatchery, but you can just use like a 2-liter pop bottle, that'll work too. They have DIY videos on that. But bring your container over to your sink because you're gonna have to fill this up with water. Temperature doesn't really matter. Don't put it too hot or cold, but fill it up to about this line over here. I filled it up a bit too much and I can pour some out. But yeah, then you're gonna bring it back over to wherever you wanna hatch your brine shrimp, somewhere with a little bit of light. So next what you're gonna need is salt. I'm just using the aquarium salt, but you can use table salt because brine shrimp will not hatch in fresh water. They do need salt. So I do about 3 teaspoons per liter, and this is about a 2-liter container, so I'm gonna do 6 teaspoons of salt. Next, you're gonna grab your lid with an air stone and a thermometer to tell the temperature. Brine shrimp hatch at around 78 to 80 Fahrenheit. That's the best temperature, has the highest hatch rate, but hook up an air stone to your hatchery because your shrimp will need air, and this will also help dissolve the salt in the water, which is gonna be perfect for your brine shrimp. Next, you're gonna grab your heater. If your room is not heated, this will get the temperature to around what you want it at, 78 to 80 degrees. Then you're just gonna head over to your freezer or fridge, wherever you store your brine shrimp. But you wanna keep your brine shrimp in a cold, dry area, like a freezer or fridge, because if the eggs do come in contact with moisture, it's going to reduce your hatch rate. These eggs are at a 90% hatch rate, but after about a year or year and a half, when I keep opening and closing the bag in my humid fish room, it's gonna go down to maybe 70, 65%. So you wanna try to keep these eggs away from moisture as much as possible if you want the most brine shrimp hatching and the most food for your fish. Now that you have your eggs and the salt in your hatchery is fully dissolved, it's time to start the hatching process. Now, I do about 1 teaspoon of eggs per liter. So for this 2-liter container, I'm gonna be doing 2 scoops of brine shrimp eggs. And when you first put them in, they're gonna clump together a bit, but don't worry, after a few minutes with the aeration, they're all gonna fall apart and just be in the water. Now you just have to wait 24 to 36 hours and your shrimp will be hatched. So I'll see you then. Now that 36 hours has passed, we can shut off our air and let the brine shrimp settle. Brine shrimp are attracted to light, so I'm just gonna cover out most of it and have some sort of light source at the bottom. I'm just gonna leave this light here for about another 5 or 10 minutes while the shrimp move towards it, and then it's time to feed your fish. Now that all the baby brine shrimp have gathered in one area, it's time to harvest them. And the great thing about feeding this live food is not only is it packed with protein, but this simple 2-liter setup gives me more than enough baby brine shrimp to feed all the fish in my fish room. And I easily have over 1,000 fish in here. So this one batch allows me to feed all my fish multiple times throughout the day. If you're breeding fish, I highly recommend feeding baby brine shrimp. But yeah, that's basically it. That's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video or learned something new, make sure you like and subscribe and Comment down below what fish you guys are breeding or what kind of videos you want me to make. I'm gonna be posting a lot more now that it's summertime. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.